Hey everybody, welcome to the 41st episode of the Joys of Games podcast. We're recording this on a Thursday night, December 8th, 2016. This is the week of Nintendo. What a week for Nintendo it is to be talked about on this podcast. Oh boy, do we have some stuff to cover, Colin.
Yes, we do. December 8th is my favorite day in December.
Yeah. I am one of your hosts, Josh Brown. I am joined, of course, by Colin Wheeler.
Yo.
Colin.
Yes.
First of all, quick check-in. How is your holiday season going?
It's really busy.
Not work-wise, just in general.
Oh,
we're not going to talk about work. We're not talking shop here.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it's still really busy.
Sure. But I feel like really busy in the context of work and really busy in the context of like your family and personal stuff are two different like sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, like I got, obviously work pushed aside. I have finals going on right now. And then we're doing a bunch of holiday stuff. We got family coming into town. There's games to play. Like it's just pretty busy. Busy.
Sure.
But just got our tree.
Ooh, how'd that go?
It was fun. We go to a you cut.
Yes.
I want to say you pick. Technically, you do.
You do pick
but you also
yes.
Yeah, you also cut it down.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, you could pick it out.
Yeah.
The you cut place that we go to, we were talking to the people when we got the tree, and they were saying how some families will come and pick out a tree for next year, and they'll mark it with tags and stuff. He was like, it only works about half the time because, I mean, they can't expect us to keep the tag on a tree for an entire year. But I was like, who has that much preparation as far as, like, you're already looking towards next Christmas?
Not only like that, but like stakes. You're like, this is mine. I call dibs. How are you going to remember that? Like, what if that tree gets hit by lightning and it burns down to like, well, sorry, you reserved it.
Well,
you get what you get.
They just put a tag on it, Colin.
You get a Charlie Brown tree next year. You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
So you cut a tree.
Yes. So some years it's kind of a struggle. Some years it's a lot easier. I think it depends on how dry the wood is. And we also got a smaller tree this year because we have a lot less space because we got the bearded dragon. So our living room is a little bit smaller because of that.
I still don't understand how that works, but okay.
Well, so when you have a baby bearded dragon, baby bearded dragon, also called a beardy. It needs to be around basically humans a whole bunch. Otherwise, they get really mean when they're older because they're not used to being around humans.
Like natural wild animals?
Yeah, basically.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's super weird. So it's important for them to be around a lot of noise and a lot of people. So we figure we'll put them in the living room for the first couple of months so it can just kind of get used to probably the noisiest room in the house.
Right.
So
does he have a large cage? I guess I'm trying to figure out how a baby bearded dragon is taking up so much room in your living room that you had to downsize the Christmas tree.
Yeah, so basically how it works out is we rearranged everything in the living room. We got rid of our table for starters.
Okay.
And we basically put like it's like a desk, I guess, in place, and then we put the whatever, it's not called terrarium, it's called something else for lizards. Anyway, we put the cage on top of that, so Yoshi's just chilling there, and then Yoshi, we also have Yoshi's the name.
Nice name. I like it.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
Hayden wanted to call him Jumpy, and I was like, how about Yoshi? He's like, oh yeah, even better. So I was like, yeah.
That's why you don't like kids name things.
It is better.
I mean, it's cute and adorable, but the names that kids pick out usually suck, and you're gonna have to deal with that for the rest of the existence of the pet. So
right. Yeah. So Yoshi's a pretty good name. I keep calling her a she. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. We won't know for a couple months either. So for now, I think it's like the whole Jurassic Park thing where they say like,
sure, just gone Birdo.
She's a smart one. That's if I ever get another one, maybe Birdo.
Yeah, I mean,
with that
Birdo's very mysterious.
I mean, yeah, it just spits eggs out. Actually, I don't really want eggs. all over the place.
I mean, there's worse things to spat out.
Yeah, so we rearranged. We also put the couches in different spots, and then that left basically a little corner for the little tree to go. So
Okay.
we're hoping this is the last year we're gonna be staying in this place,
Sure.
but we will see.
Sure. Fair enough. We got a Christmas tree as well, as I said. Got a new couch also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do with the old one?
Donated at Goodwill.
Nice.
Yeah. It turned out to be quite a busy weekend that we had. Unintentionally, it started off with getting a tree before the weather turned really nasty. So that was like first thing Saturday morning. Then we went out and did some shopping. We ended up at Cartlandia eating some amazing food cart food, like you do. And then by like Saturday night, I've been wanting a new couch for a while, and something was just like, you know what? This feels like the good time of year to be furniture shopping for some reason. And so we went home and we both had our computers out. We started looking online at different places that had furniture. We ended up ending on more furniture.
Yeah. Yep, we have one of those here.
Portland staple. Yeah, we had to buy it in Portland. They don't have any in Vancouver. Plus, no taxes. So we found one online, and we saw that the store was open until like 9. So we had like an hour, and we rushed over there. We walked in. The couch that we were looking at online was right by the door, and we just started sitting in it. Salesman came over, and he was like, "Hey, what are you guys looking for?" We're like, "This couch." He's like, "Oh yeah, we got a large selection of couches." We're like, No. This specific couch is what we're looking for." "Well, how do you know that? Have you already walked around? I didn't see you guys walking around." No. We saw this online. This is the couch that we want.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to sit in it and confirm that this is the couch that we wanted. So bought it right then and there, and had to pick it up the next day from a warehouse in the industrial part of Portland, which is sketchy.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's where serial killers go.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them.
They gotta put their body somewhere.
Get away with a lot of things out there.
Yeah.
Nobody would know.
Yep.
So yeah, we got a big old large sectional couch that fits
That's awesome.
15 to 20 people. So
Holy crap! All right, that means we got a party.
Yeah,
Get
it's a big
15 to
couch.
20 people and test this out.
It's a big couch. It's a very comfortable couch. Is the most important part. It will be good for game playing for sure. So overall, excited, Colin.
That's awesome.
Also, there's a lot of games out, and I don't feel like there's enough time to play all the games.
That is a fact.
Yeah. It doesn't help that I keep downloading VR games as well.
And I keep buying games that I don't have time to play.
Yeah, speaking of games I don't have time to play, I know this is a Nintendo week, but Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I need that game, Colin?
Why do you need it?
Yeah.
Because it's super good.
Sure, and it was when it came out how many years ago?
Like 5,
And
6 years ago.
Owned it then, and I played it a whole bunch. Why do I need that game now to distract me from playing the new games that are coming out that I haven't even opened yet?
There's something about like having a game, like even nostalgia in like a short period of time that you're just like, oh man, I really want to play it again. It's like I bought Devil May Cry, or it was called I think it was DMC on the Xbox 360. Beat the living crap out of it. The Definitive Edition came out like 3 years later, and I'm like, holy crap, that game was so good. I'm gonna buy that.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it, and I played it instead of the new games that I had sitting there.
Yeah.
Why did we do this?
Because DMC was a really good game.
It was, and so was Marvel vs. Capcom.
Sure.
So I think also like
But I literally have a stack of games that I haven't opened, Colin.
I know, but there's also like hype about like the MCU, like Doctor Strange is super good. Guardians of the Galaxy trailer happened. Spider-Man trailer just hit. Like,
God, you're so right, because immediately the first ones I picked were Deadpool, Rocket Raccoon, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Like, I was just going through like all the characters that like I have in my head right now. I didn't pick any Capcom characters. Who cares?
Yeah, well, I do, but
I mean, grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Beautiful Joe. I went Beautiful Joe.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Like, those games are so good.
they are
So good.
Ultimate
But yeah, I
Team.
think it's also like tugging on the like, oh man, I really missed that game, and oh man, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's not coming out for, until springtime, but I can play this now, and it's only $25, and it's on PlayStation 4. Yep, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah.
So that's it's a series of things, and I think the price point, honestly, like let me ask you something. If it was $50, would you be like, screw that, I'm not buying that?
Well, this
or would you still
this was the crux of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is I had money in my PlayStation wallet sitting there,
yep.
so it didn't feel like I spent any money.
Sure.
It felt like this is free games, and I had that and Surgeon Simulator for VR.
Dude, I gotta come over and play that.
And another game I don't really want to talk about.
What is it? Tell your friends. It's okay. It's a safe place.
Colin, let me tell you a little bit about a game that's very involved. It's very hands-on, if you will. It's very intuitive. It's has a great story. Fantastic humor. Real life action sequences that's beyond anything else.
Okay.
And possibly the easiest platinum trophy ever in the history of a PlayStation platform.
Okay, go on.
Let me tell you about a game where you just tap, Colin.
Where you just tap?
Tap the mayo.
All right. Well, Josh, it's been a fun podcast. It was great. It was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were recording this on December 8th, 2016. That just wraps it up perfectly. You guys can email us at joysgames@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter. No. I don't even want to know what that is. I just don't. But I kind of do. So please kind of tell me. Well, actually...
It feels more fitting to talk about it on the PlayStation Week.
Yeah, we'll save the...
No, because I'm not going to be playing it in 2 weeks.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sounds like the... Okay.
I'm 10 minutes away from getting the platinum, and then I'll never touch it again. It's a game, Colin, where you tap on a jar of mayo. A.k.a. mayonnaise.
Sure. None of that Miracle Whip nonsense,
no,
right?
Straight up mayo.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a jar of mayo on the screen. You have a hand. Not in VR, surprisingly. This would make for an amazing VR experience. So you just move the controller to move the hand onto the jar of mayonnaise, and you push the X button. What does the X button do, you ask, Colin? It taps the mayo.
Well, as it should. Seems like intuitive controls.
Yeah, you're just tapping the jar of mayo. And it kind of clings and makes a noise when you tap it. You just keep tapping it.
Yeah.
And after about 20, 30, 40, 50 taps, you unlock a bonus. And what comes with that bonus? A trophy. You keep tapping. What comes with the next bonus? Another trophy. Colin, I've racked up about 25 trophies in this game over the span of roughly 20 minutes of gameplay, just from tapping a jar of mayo. Am I proud of this, Colin? I'm not. Am I going to keep pushing on to the platinum trophy? You're damn right I am, because I'm at 6,000 or 7,000 taps now. The next level is 8,000 taps. There is a gold trophy. And then at 10,000 taps is another gold trophy, which would complete my run of trophies for Tap and Mayo, thus rewarding me with the platinum trophy.
I have a migraine.
You should. I bought this game, Colin.
How much was this game?
99 cents.
That seems like a Cards Against Humanity game.
Sure.
If I ever heard one.
Possibly.
And literally what you paid for is the platinum trophy. You paid $1 for a platinum trophy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you know that. As long as you're aware that.
And a lot of other trophies.
Here's the thing. So I don't think you're part of the problem, because I think it's good to give any developer money that's not gross.
Yep. They are
Like,
completely
that's
upfront with what they're offering.
pretty funny prank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the description of the game is you tap mayo. I mean,
And it's better spent than getting yourself a McChicken. So,
probably. I mean, there's costumes, Colin.
but if
You could
it was
do
free-
a whipped
if it was-
cream bikini on the jar of mayo.
That's okay. I don't even know. I don't want to know what that is.
What?
I will say that.
Hold on.
Frito
Have you ever seen
burrito-
Varsity Blues?
Hold on. Frito burrito is a better value though, probably.
God, those are so good.
They're so good.
Have you ever seen
No,
Varsity Blues?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a football movie.
Nope, never seen it.
Okay, homework. Watch Varsity Blues.
I already have enough homework, dude.
That's true. But in Varsity Blues, you get to find out what the whipped cream bikini is. Spoiler alert, it's exactly what you think it is. It is a whipped cream bikini. It is a bikini made of whipped cream.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that in other
With
movies
two little
before.
cherries.
Is that what they're emulating?
What?
Well, I've seen that in other movies. Is that where it came from?
Like Not Another Teen Movie?
No.
Have you seen that?
I've heard of it.
Hmm.
Never seen it.
If you've ever seen a whipped cream bikini before, it would probably started in Varsity Blues.
It's the origin of
Yeah.
the whipped cream.
With two little cherries on each
Right.
know, yeah.
Nip. Yep.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Tap the mayo, Colin.
Tap the mayo. Well, I'm sorry that you spent time playing that, but I'm
No.
glad you enjoyed yourself.
I oddly enough have, because the satisfaction does not come from tapping the mayo. The satisfaction comes in watching the number counter just skyrocket as you keep clicking, and the trophies just keep popping, just one after another.
I thought when you were going to talk about this, it was going to be kind of like Cookie Clicker, where it's like a clicker that just like keeps building other clickers and keeps building.
It is, except you don't have like an option to ever make it manually click itself.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But hey, they're totally upfront with it. They tell you what the game is. There's no microtransactions in it. There's no advertisements for other games. There's no anything gross that you would see like in free-to-play games or anything like that. It's a 99-cent game that's packed full of trophies. It's kind of ridiculous. Has a little bit of a sense of humor. Not saying it's good humor, but it's there. They at least try to make it somewhat interesting.
Sure.
And I've wasted $1 on a lot worse things.
Yeah, that's
A lot.
I've done that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Tap the mayo.
Tap the mayo.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
As a Toys for Games aficionado.
Mm.
So who developed Imaginators again?
We don't need to talk about this, Colin.
Was it Toys for Bob?
This last year, yes. Yes, Imagineers, yes, Toys for Bob.
So in theory, Vicarious Visions would be doing the next one.
Well, they did Superchargers.
They did Superchargers. Well, I'm looking at Bungie's Twitter, and
Colin,
it
let's
says,
not talk about this. Colin, let's
not
go over this right now. It's a little unsettling.
little touchy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Destiny fan.
Sure.
Pretty excited about that. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You're excited about Toys to Life and Destiny?
Yeah.
Are you?
That'd be so cool.
They're
How
not doing
cool would
Toys to
that
Life.
be?
They're not doing Toys to Life.
Oh. Okay.
No. Sorry.
That's what I was getting at, but all right. Well,
I mean, I know a
tried.
lot of people are wishing that's the case, but nah, I don't think so.
okay.
Sorry. Maybe. I mean, that'd be great for Bungie. Probably not, though.
Well,
It might kill Bungie.
well,
It might kill Destiny.
well. You know, it'd be really cool if they just did the guns as Toys for Games, like just like a little model of the gun, instead of me having to grind for hours and hours and hours to get the guns that I want. I could just go buy one off the shelf and just tap it on the portal. Be like, there you go, there's your Galahorn. And I'm like, yeah, and then I also get a little replica of Galahorn. That'd be so cool.
I see where you're going with this. I have one counter argument to it.
Yes.
95% of the Destiny fan base would collectively lose their minds at that thought.
Oh yeah.
It
For
would not
sure.
be a happy place.
Well, also like they would stop playing the game too.
Yeah.
Like everybody would stop playing the game. So
There would
'Cause that's
absolutely be no way to spin that to keep people excited about Destiny.
yeah, the Destiny collectibles are so expensive.
Sure.
They're so expensive.
What if you just got strange coins?
I wanted one. Remember you were
But
there.
but I mean, like Toys to Life Strange Coins.
Oh, yeah. I'd be down for that.
Sure.
That'd be cool. It won't happen, but that'd be cool.
No.
All right, sorry. That's a little sidetrack there.
Colin, this is the week of Nintendo.
Yeah, it is. We talked a whole lot of Nintendo.
We have a lot to talk about with the Nintendo.
Yeah, surprisingly.
It's been a busy week. But before we get to all of that, we need to talk about a game in Nintendo's past that is near and dear to your heart, especially.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fond of it. I'm indifferent. I'm not like...
Oh.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, I could take it or leave it.
No. No, you can't.
Well, I can. So that's the thing. We're gonna talk about a game that is very well loved in the platforming gaming community. It still has a lot of relevance these days, even if we're not getting a new game anytime soon. We'll definitely be getting a spirit of the franchise very shortly, which is very exciting news. We are talking, of course, about Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, released by Rare in 1998 and Nintendo 64. This was before, obviously, Microsoft acquired them.
Sure.
It's a single-player platforming game, known as like a collectathon. One of the first of Rare's collectathon games. They went on to do Banjo-Tooie and Donkey Kong 64, which were like over-the-top collectathons.
Yeah.
But I loved this game so much. Just from the opening sequence, it had super goofy characters. Guy was a witch. I think her name was like Gruntilda, and she was a bumbling idiot, but she was still like trying to take over everything by stealing. I think it's his sister.
Sounds right.
I'm pretty sure it's his sister. And you basically have to go on an adventure to save her by collecting these jigsaw pieces so you can get to the witch. And Banjo he kind of sounds like Goofy, and I think that's why I liked him a lot. And then you had the smart aleck bird Kazooie with him that was kind of like Falco from Star Fox. So it's like this really fun dynamic of this like kind of derpy character with this really like sassy character.
Yeah, I mean, honey bears are notoriously kind of dopey.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
they've told me that.
Sure,
for sure. But I really liked this game because of, one, the different ways to solve puzzles in platforming. So you can choose between, like, going to Kazooie's legs and doing a backflip, or, just jumping and then doing a second jump that kind of makes you glide a little bit further. The different worlds were really interesting. They had a world that was like a pirate world where you go and there's like sunken treasure in the sand and there's sharks and stuff. And then there's another area that's like a haunted mansion. And there's another area that's like a little winter wonderland. It was really, really cool. They were kind of playing off of what Mario 64 had did, but opened up those worlds I think, a lot more.
Hmm. Yeah,
A lot more to do, a lot more replayability in each one of the worlds.
they felt bigger.
Yeah, for sure. Not to mention the music is incredible. Grant Kirkhope, he did the music for all the Rare games back then. And it's just really, really, really well done. Uh, I'm trying to think. I think my favorite level in that though is the Winter Wonderland one, the one where you have to like go and rescue all the little light bulbs that have little eyeballs
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
to light up the Christmas tree.
Hmm.
And then there's like this polar bear that's like super depressed and you have to get him to go down a hill on a sled. There's just a lot of really goofy things that happened. And it was just like an amazing game for its scale and an amazing game at the time. So, whew, it's a classic. It's one of my favorite games
Yeah,
ever made. So
I can
sure.
see that.
It's definitely a top 5 64 game.
And 64 has some great games.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, the characters are easy to fall in love with quickly. I mean, it's hard not to love Banjo for sure. And Kazooie, of course, is the entertainment value of the tandem. Um, yeah, it's a good game. It's a really, really exceptional game. I'm not going to take that away from you. Is it one of my favorites? Not necessarily. Do I hate it? Do I dislike it? Not at all. Not at all. It's really good, really fun.
So why do you put it as I obviously you don't dislike the game, but why would you put like me? I'm super ecstatic about it. Why are you not super ecstatic about it? What about it did that?
Just because I've played so many team up, collectathon, platformer, mascot games in my life that it's hard for me to like ever like say one is better than the other. Like you got start getting into Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank and like even like Sly Cooper, Banjo-Kazooie, like just like they all start kind of just melting together in my head as just a lot of really good games that I can't take one out and say this one is exceptional compared to all the others. Also, I always I'm very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Not I'm very attached to Nintendo characters. And while this was like an N64 game, they never felt like they were Nintendo characters to me, you know, because they were developed by Rare. So sure. I always kind of separated them from like the Marios and the Donkey Kongs and everything like that because it felt a little bit different. It felt like somebody was trying to come in and get in on my love for Nintendo via the 64. Like, so that maybe has always kind of pushed it away for me a little bit because I'm just like, you're not Mario 64. Get out of here. Psh. Does that make sense?
No, that totally makes sense. I felt like I always felt like they were even Conker were like not Nintendo characters, kind of like the Care Bears and the Care Bear cousins. Mm-hmm. Like they were the Care Bear cousins, basically, where they're like related but not really like directly with them.
But as soon as they had the chance, like they jetted over to the Xbox 360.
Right.
Like they were gone, and I was like, well, wait, you're just leaving the Nintendo? That they were so good to you? Like,
it's business.
Right? I know it's business, but like at the same time, that kind of makes me think, you were never really Nintendo to begin with. You were just there for the money.
I'm gonna be interested to see if Yooka-Laylee is gonna do well, be good, and then also if Yooka-Laylee is kind of like an indie darling like Shovel Knight was, where it's gonna start showing up. The character's gonna start showing up like all over the place. I think that'd be really cool.
Possibly. I'd love to see Yooka-Laylee amiibo.
Oh, that'd be so cool for the Switch.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
I think they said they're moving it over to the Switch, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, because they're not going to develop for the Wii U. Instead, it's going to be the Switch,
which is awesome.
Good on them.
Man, it's gonna be rough trying to figure out where I'm gonna buy third party games now, because it's like I know like I mean I guess I don't know, but I'm assuming the Switch isn't going to be as powerful as the Xbox or the PS4. Um, but like the convenience of being able to take it wherever is really like enticing to buy third party on that.
I think a lot for your decisions are going to be based on like the storage of the device, like how many games can it hold on it? Can you just use SD cards to upgrade its memory? Like, are there other things? Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, I think, for you that probably will determine third-party games.
Yeah.
You know? Me, like, I know I'm pretty confident that I'm probably going to stick to PlayStation 4 for third-party games. Just the trophies, and I just really enjoy the system. That's not to say I'm not going to really love the Switch, but
what if the Switch has a trophy system though, like a sticker system?
Then we're going to talk. We're going to talk.
Because like that's another thing. Like I really think they're going to implement that, and they're going to connect it to My Nintendo, because they're already doing it with Miitomo. Like they're doing landmarks and achievements that you can do.
Colin, I sat in front of a friend of mine when the Wii U was coming out, and I said they are 100% going to implement a trophy system, a trophy/achievement system. It has to happen. They can't not do it for the Wii U, and what did they do? They didn't do it. So as much as I would like to, I'm not going to do that to myself again and get all hyped up for nothing. If it happens, it's going to be a surprise, and I'm going to love every second of it, and then that will definitely determine. Maybe it will definitely be a discussion at that point of third-party games.
It's horrible, but I can see myself double dipping too.
Oh God, yes.
Because it can be like, oh, I really liked Final Fantasy 15 on my PlayStation, but you know what? I'd really like to play that again on the go. Like, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It'll be tough. Just so many. It could go many different ways. But like for me, like I've never had the problem of admitting that I buy Nintendo consoles for Nintendo games. Like that's never bugged me. I've never sat there and be like, God, I only play Nintendo games on this thing. Like I'm like, yeah, I get to play Nintendo games on this thing.
Yeah, so the GameCube was the first Nintendo console that I bought with my own money. And ever since the GameCube, I've only bought it for Nintendo games. Like I don't think I owned any third-party games on the GameCube. I owned a few on the Wii, like Boom Blocks. Mm-hmm. I don't own any on the Wii U. I don't own any third-party on the Wii U.
Right.
I have no problem admitting that either. But what makes it compelling is the portability. The idea that because we don't have a television in our bedroom, the idea that I can take the game with me wherever is like really, really exciting.
Yeah.
And that makes me want to buy. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but it makes me want to buy third party stuff on this system.
Sure.
So, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. But Banjo-Kazooie, good game.
Yeah.
Everybody should play it. Or one of the many versions of it. Are there any Banjo games that you don't like?
I'm not a huge fan of Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's answer.
It's kind of like, it's almost like Minecraft for vehicles.
Yeah.
Like you build vehicles and you try to figure out puzzles. So
sure.
I feel like they had the really interesting concept with the cars, and they just skinned it with Banjo-Kazooie's world.
Yeah. That's true.
So I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just it's so different from the other games that I was disappointed by it. And I also never played the Game Boy Advanced games, so I can't comment on that.
Sure, I don't think anybody remembers those exist, so we're good. We got a lot of news to talk about.
Yeah.
What's going on with Nintendo these days?
Yeah, so Nintendo was on I think it's called The Tonight Show. Anyway, Jimmy Fallon show.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember, like there's like the Late Show, the Tonight Show, the Late Show, the
Last
Never
Night
show, the Daily Show. I don't know.
This week tonight. Last week tonight. Last week.
So
like
week. How many words can we put tonight?
The Jimmy Fallon show.
Anyway, the Jimmy Fallon show.
Featuring the Roots.
Oh my gosh, the Roots are so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. Did you watch the Miyamoto clip?
I did, yes.
Oh my gosh. If anybody listening has not watched it, Google Miyamoto with the Roots. They play the Super Mario theme song. It's incredible. I want an entire album of Nintendo songs with the Roots. Like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Reggie Fils-Aimé is there. He's there to show Jimmy Fallon Super Mario Run. And Jimmy Fallon's playing Super Mario Run, and it looks really cool. Very excited to play that game. And he was... the reason I like Jimmy Fallon is he seems pretty genuine. And
Yes.
especially his genuine, like him being genuine about video games, because like he'll spit out knowledge like that no one except for gamers will be like, yeah.
Like Conan tries. I think a lot of Conan is forced, but he at least understands what he's doing, why it's important. You know?
Yeah.
He's not doing it to mock gamers. But
he's mocking himself because he doesn't know about gamers, basically.
Right. But he's genuinely interested, I think. Like, but a lot of people like see that as being like fake and fan servicey and blah 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 blah. But like in reference to like Jimmy Fallon, like he's 100% all in.
Yeah, and so after he's playing Super Mario Run, he puts that down, and then Reggie's like, "Oh, we got one more thing to show you," and he starts freaking out, and then voila, the Switch is there. The first time we get to see the Switch basically in real motion.
Right.
That's not like a pre-rendered, pre-made trailer.
Which is crazy that they let that happen.
Yeah, and it looks...
You know how confident they would have had to have been going into this? Like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it looks awesome too. Like, looking at it, it definitely looks like the rumors are true about the 720p screen.
Sure.
Which is totally fine because
you don't need a 1080 screen in front of your face.
That's the thing too, is like the Wii U screen is like not even HD, and I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna look great. I couldn't believe, like, I saw the trailer before, but I still can't believe how thin it is. Like, it's so thin, which means it's gonna be super lightweight carrying it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't seem like he had any problems controlling it. It looked like it looked amazing. And Zelda looked amazing. Like, the footage looked fantastic. It looked better than the Wii U footage, in my opinion. There's a couple things that came out of that sequence, though. Is there was rumors that it was going to be powered by USB-C, which, if you zoom in on the trailer itself, it does show what looks like a USB-C port.
Sure.
Which is basically going to make data transfer faster, as well as faster charging as well, which is good.
Yeah.
And it future-proofs itself as well. So. But yeah, he played a little bit of Zelda. I thought it was funny. He's like, "Oh, how do I get the shield out? I want to do the slide thing." So he already knew about the game beforehand. So that was really cool.
Yeah. It looked good, man. It looked real good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like, the big event is January 12th, right?
Yes.
Like, it just seems so crazy to me that they went on Jimmy Fallon's show to like show this off, and they didn't really answer any lingering questions that people have. They didn't reveal really anything ahead of time, but it still felt surreal to see it in action in somebody else's hand on a stage playing a real game before we know like anything about it.
Yeah, and Nintendo's being really smart, because the conversation about the Switch died down a little bit after they announced it, and now them showing it again, it's like putting it back in the minds of, hey, everybody, you've done all your Christmas shopping already. You've already bought your PS4s and your Xboxes that you're buying this year. Now this is what you're going to be buying in a couple months. Like, it's super smart to do
those
this.
tax returns.
Yep. So to bring this out, to get the conversation going, it's very exciting.
Sure.
Very exciting.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about some rumors?
Yes, I do.
So a bunch of rumors have been floating around from different people that basically got all the Switch stuff correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is her name? I think it's
Emily
Laura.
Rogers.
Emily Rogers actually has gone quiet, and I think it's because Nintendo. She's not working for Nintendo, but working with Nintendo in their press release on the 12th. There's a journalist named Laura Kate Dale.
Oh yeah.
And she has been leaking a bunch of stuff on I think Twitter and her I don't know what her website is. But let me pull up what we got here. So one of the rumors was that when the Switch is docked, it basically is it doesn't have the dock itself doesn't have better processing, but what it does is once it's docked, it overclocks the Switch tablet, which basically overclocking basically just pushes the performance of the GPU on the tablet itself, and the dock itself will have a cooling solution. So when it overclocks, it doesn't basically blow up.
Sure, that's a good thing.
So that the whole rumor of it having better processing being docked seems to be true with that, and that makes sense because just adding a fan doesn't increase the cost of the dock very much at all, so it keeps the cost down quite a bit.
Yeah.
The other rumor was that Koei pitched a Star Fox Warriors game similar to Hyrule Warriors. That it was going to be land battle similar to the Star Fox Adventure game, and then there would also be like crazy space battles as well, which they've done before in their Gundam series, and those are pretty fun. So that could have been a really cool game, but Nintendo apparently did not want to go forward with that because they didn't know the viability of the Star Fox brand.
Yeah.
And after Star Fox Zero, I think which is sad. I think it's time to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, just step away from Star Fox. When people want it back, you'll know it's time.
Yeah. The other thing is FromSoft has been trying to develop a version of Dark Souls 3 on the Switch, and they are feeling comfortable with what they've made, and I guess the Xbox One and the PS4 are going to be getting a Dark Souls trilogy pack that's going to have the first game remastered along with the remastered second game they just did, and then the third one. So have all games in one, and they want to release that for the Switch as well. But if that'll actually come to fruition, we don't know. But there's definitely like strong talks of that.
That's big.
Yeah. And the last thing, and the most exciting thing to me, and the most, obvious thing as well, is GameCube games on the Switch Virtual Console.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he is like really big in the Smash community. Like he goes to tournaments and stuff. And he's saying that if this is going to be on the Virtual Console, like it's going to change the dynamic of the community significantly, because people are going to be bringing their Switches over instead of like huddling around doing a GameCube. They'll probably be huddling around a Switch screen, basically.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Those Smash players love that game, don't they?
Dude, Tournament Smash is one of the best tournaments to watch. Like it's by far my favorite esport, and that may be just because I'm a huge Nintendo fan.
Sure.
But the level of like skill it takes to get there, is just insane. Like absolutely insane. Like I have a hard time watching shooter games on esports. It's difficult for me to watch someone play Halo or Call of Duty. It's just kind of boring to me. But Smash Brothers and like even Street Fighter, man, those games are just like on another level.
Give me League of Legends and a bag of popcorn, and I'm good, man. I can't.
It's crazy.
No.
It's crazy.
I'm joking.
It's crazy. I know you're joking. It's crazy.
Yeah, GameCube games. Let's bust them out. Let's do it.
So I'm thinking, what do you want? Like,
Luigi's Mansion.
Say, okay. Luigi's Mansion, obviously is a good one.
No,
Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, no. Yeah, Sunshine. I forgot Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine. You have Smash Bros. Melee, which is really good.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime.
Mm.
Yep. I would love to see.
Perfect Dark. Wait, was that it? No, not Perfect Dark.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Oh.
Perfect Dark's a rare game. Microsoft owns Perfect Dark now.
It wasn't Perfect Dark.
Oh, Eternal Darkness.
There we go. That
Never
one.
played it.
Ooh, it's fun.
Yeah, I hear it's really weird
Yeah, it is.
in a good way.
It feels like it's possibly a Metal Gear game without being a Metal Gear game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like it messes with your head and all that.
Yeah. Okay, I got a list of GameCube titles. Also, there's a lot of GameCube games.
Yeah, GameCube was an awesome
I
system.
did not realize there's this many GameCube games. Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, I don't really see them releasing that.
Yeah, why not?
Um,
Beyond Good and Evil. That seems like a no-brainer.
yeah,
Especially if the new one's in development.
yeah, I could see them porting that.
Bloody Roar Primal Fury.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Bomberman Generation? Come on.
I just love Bomberman. I don't understand why Bomberman's not in Smash. He seems like such a
licensing.
What a sad like character. Like, they try to do that bizarre like hardcore Bomberman game during the 360 and PS3 era, and it just never recovered. Like that just went away. And it really does make me sad.
Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
All the Dreamcast ports after Dreamcast went under.
Oh, I just got really sad.
You got Sonic Adventure.
Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. Oh.
That's pretty sad.
The Def Jam games. Def Jam Vendetta?
I wonder who owns that. Wasn't it THQ
EA.
that put those out? Oh, EA owns it?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also would
World 4.
I also would like I also would like to play that's the Star Fox game. I never played the Star Fox game on the GameCube. The Assault one?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've always wanted to play it, so.
Donkey Konga?
Yeah, I'm down.
Donkey Konga 2? Hit Song Parade?
Rogue Squadron.
Ooh, yes. Launch title.
Super good.
Oh, boy. A lot of FIFA games here.
Did you hear that they're possibly coming out with a new Wave Race?
What?
How cool would that be? Wave Race on the Switch?
Hold on. Did you know that there's 5 Harry Potter games on the GameCube?
So there's Sorcerer's Stone.
Uh-huh.
There's the Quidditch one.
World Cup.
What else is there?
Prisoner of Azkaban, Chamber of Secrets, and Goblet of Fire.
I will tell you right now.
Colin.
I will tell you right now.
I'm buying a GameCube right now. I will buy all of those games.
They're so bad. The only good Harry Potter game is Lego Harry Potter.
That's possible, but I'm not allowed to play it.
Yeah, that's true. You're not.
What about Ocarina of Time Master Quest?
I mean, I'll buy Ocarina of Time for the 18,000th time.
Yeah, you will.
I've bought that game's so. You know how many times I've rebought that? So as a teenager, you do dumb things.
Yeah,
right?
Some of us,
especially when you need money, right?
Sure.
So you do dumb things.
I'm not answering this question yet.
and you sell games that you are gonna want to play later down the road, but you get to rebuy them for like triple the price.
Okay, yeah.
So there was a pre-order bonus when you pre-order Wind Waker. You get the demo disc for Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think Majora's Mask was on there too.
Yeah.
And I sold it, and then I'm like, you know what? I really want to play Ocarina of Time again, and I don't know where my 64 is. And yeah, so I'm gonna buy that. And then I'm like, oh, well, it's $60 to buy it used. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. I really do want to play it again, and I sell it, and I want to buy it again. It's just an endless cycle. So finally, as an adult, I've matured. I know not to sell Nintendo games because I'm going to want to replay them.
That's true. What about the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time?
I mean, going back to those games, that game in particular would be pretty difficult.
Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Pikmin 1 and 2.
Yep, I'd play that. Although they're probably going to do a Pikmin. Oh, well, they did say Pikmin 4 is in development. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's the 3DS game that they announced or if there's actually a legitimate Pikmin 4.
I think there's a legitimate Pikmin 4.
So, which honestly, if the Switch is a touchscreen, which I'm assuming it is, that is the perfect format for that.
What about Resident Evil? Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, or Resident Evil 0?
I don't have any other system to play those on, so sure. I've never seen those games re-released, so...
Shrek Smash and Crash Racing.
You know, that game wasn't that bad.
Simpsons Hit and Run?
Oh, yes! Yes, 100% yes. Bring that back. Oh, that game was so good.
Here's a good one for you. Soul Calibur 2.
Yes, with Link.
Of course, duh.
They actually did a trailer recently celebrating the 20th anniversary of Soul Calibur, and it said something along the lines of "Legends never die." So I'm hoping they announce a new Soul Calibur soon. It's my second favorite fighting game.
All right. Yeah. Super Monkey Ball?
I never got into those.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either. A lot of Tom Clancy games. Wow. Holy cow. All the old Tony Hawk games? American Wasteland, Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4, Thug 2.
Project 8 was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Because Project 8 had like the thug mechanics with the like it had the open world of Thug, but it also had like pretty good depth in like the combos that you could do from like 1 through 3. So I thought it was the best version of all of them.
All right. And then, of course, A Beautiful Joe. And Beautiful Joe 2.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Lots of good GameCube games. Confirmed. GameCube has a lot of good games.
Yeah. All not to mention the Mario Party games.
Yeah. It's good. And they'd make great Virtual Console games. Yes. Do it, Nintendo.
Just do it.
What else we got?
So... CNET recently interviewed Reggie Fils-Aimé and asked them if Mario Run would be on the Switch, which he swiftly denied. But he did say that it was possible to see it on the Apple TV.
Okay.
Now the new Apple TV has a touch remote, as well as you can buy a Bluetooth controller and hook it up to the Apple TV as well.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Like, if you'd rather play on the big
necessary.
Screen. No, I don't think it's necessary. But like, if you already own it and you want to play it on your TV, why not?
Yeah, sure, okay.
So several retailers are getting the NES Classic back in stock. Best Buy is going to be getting it on December 20th.
Ooh.
Amazon bookstores, I guess, are getting it.
Yes.
Super random.
No, Colin. What's even better? Seattle, Portland, and San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portland, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that by you?
On the Amazon Twitter page, they said that because of the snow apocalypse that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Half-inch of snow.
That they, quarter-inch of snow, excuse you.
Sorry. We're at higher elevation over here.
That they closed early and then they would have NES to sell tomorrow, which
real talk, how close are you to that story?
Not close at all. It's like 25 minutes away.
What do you mean not that close? 25 minutes away, dude. It's like almost an hour drive for me.
That's pretty far for me.
So. Oh my god. Is it really that far from you?
Pretty far. Yeah, because so without the traffic, it'd probably take me like maybe 10 minutes to get there. But the traffic is horrible on that freeway. And it's also in a mall, which I don't want to... Mall during holiday times.
But would you do it for me, Colin?
Well, I have class in the morning, so unfortunately, no, buddy. I'm sorry.
Colin, I'll write a note to your teacher.
Oh, I feel like he needs to be excused from class. He needs to get me a NES.
Excuse Colin Wheeler. He is on a mission to save a young man's Christmas.
Little boy's Christmas. So yeah, so Best Buy's getting restocked on 20th. Walmart's have been getting them back in. Targets have been getting them back in. So there is finally a restock trickling in. Still won't be enough for the demand, but at least we're seeing some more before Christmas.
Sure, just like they promised.
Yep.
Yep.
So I woke up one day and I saw a tweet of you saying basically, who in a million years would guess that this amiibo would ever get made?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the picture and I'm like, I can't tell if this is a fake and he's just doing like a sweet mock-up, like, hey guys, what's this? You know, this is like in my head is like, oh, he really likes that game, so he must really want the amiibo.
Sure. I mean, I do really like the game.
Yes, I really like the game too. And I was like, okay, this is a really cool mock-up. So then I go to Nintendo Wire. Nothing. No news about it. So I'm like, okay, it must be a fake. So then I'm like, wait a second. Okay. I'm just going to Google this real quick. And then finally I found information. Japanese Box Boy. Is it Box Boy Goodbye? Is that what the third game's called?
Yes, correct.
Box Boy Goodbye is going to be bundled with a Box Boy amiibo.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing. Like, I really wish they would have done this with Paper Mario, because this is like exactly what they should have done. Yeah. But still super excited that we are getting a square box with two little black dots as eyes, and little black legs as an amiibo.
His name is QB.
His name is QB? I thought it was Box Boy.
No, Box Boy is the name of the game.
Oh, his name is QB?
Yeah, QBBY.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Makes me want it that much more. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, this is the world we live in, and it's an amazing world.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
So it's only announced in Japan, but it's 100% coming out here. Like, this is the same thing that happened with Chibi Robo when it got announced.
Yep.
It's coming here.
Sure.
I just really hope that those Monster Hunter ones come here, because those ones are super cool.
Those I'm worried about.
Did you import them?
Nope.
Okay.
Look, if I don't ever see them on a store shelf, I could just assume that they don't exist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good rule. Just like the NES Classic, right?
Sure, my collection is complete, Colin.
So yeah, Box Boy Amiibo.
Yeah.
We haven't got an Amiibo news in a while, so
feels good. Did you pick up the Zelda Amiibo yet?
Yes.
You like him?
Yes.
You okay with the nose?
I like the Pinocchio.
Okay. All right. His sword is legit.
Well, I wouldn't know. It's in the box.
Oh, wow. You haven't opened it?
Nope.
You haven't seen his sword?
I've seen it in pictures, just not in person.
Oh my god. Why are you keeping it in the box, Colin?
I kind of want to get another one to open it.
Oh my god.
But I don't really have the money right now.
Free it. Free it.
You should see my wall. It looks really nice.
No, I bet it does.
Yep.
You're sick. You need help.
Yeah, so the nose, it makes sense because if you look at Link from a side point of view, he's got that big old nose. So
big old nose. In
the old games.
I mean,
in the OG.
I trust Nintendo to know what the characters look like.
Yeah, if any company is. I don't know, man. Like, the Amiibos look so good. Like, I can't overstate how premium this little $10 piece of plastic is. They look so good. They look just like the characters.
Yeah.
And the 8-bit ones, like, I really hope they continue that because the Mario is amazing and the Link is amazing. It's just awesome.
Donkey Kong's next.
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool.
Calling it.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Donkey Kong, and I'd love to see a Samus, which will never happen.
Nope.
Who else would they do?
For 8-bit?
Yeah. Luigi, probably, right?
Maybe. Peach, possibly.
But it wasn't Peach, though, in the original one. It was... what was her name? It wasn't Daisy, either. She had a different name in the original Mario. Pollyanna?
No, that was the Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Peach, then.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
I mean, I just don't think they referred to her as Peach, but she was definitely the Peach that we know. She was the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom.
I would love to see an 8-bit Birdo. where she looks super psychotic because in Super Mario Bros. 2 she looks super crazy.
Telling you, just put a whole line of Mario Brothers 2 out.
I still need to get Boo, but I've gotten to the point where like I just wait till Amazon has them for like $5 and then I buy them. Like I haven't bought an amiibo day one since the Zelda. Like the Zelda one is the first I've bought in months.
The last ones I bought on day one were the Zelda ones.
Yep.
The last ones that came out.
But I've been getting like, in my head, I was like, I'm not getting any of the Animal Crossing amiibo, and they've all been like $4 or $5, and I've just been buying them all like throughout the weeks.
Sure, you're part of the problem, Colin.
Well, I like a good deal.
Sure,
and that's how I deal. That's how I roll.
Fair enough.
Lastly, in the news. Big new Pokemon Go update is happening. So apparently all Starbucks are now Pokestops.
Or gyms.
Or gyms. Mm-hmm. And you can get a Pokemon-themed Frappuccino. Have you purchased this yet?
Not yet. It was a busy day today, Colin.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
It just came out today, so...
You need to get on that.
Look, you know what? I had a peppermint...
You did?
Mocha Frapp. I tweeted that at you.
No, you did not.
Look back on Saturday's tweets.
All right, I'm going to look right now.
I tweeted. I said, hey, PDX_geek.
That's not me.
Just like we talked about on the podcast.
Who's that? I'm Matt Cabooses hero. What are you talking about? Hold on. Here,
all right.
Look. Hold on.
Sure.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. This is great radio.
Yeah. The people want to know who's right in this situation. Because you completely ignored it.
This is a Frappuccino. This is like a blended thing.
It's the peppermint mocha Frappuccino.
No, you got to get the peppermint white mocha.
Oh, what? I don't remember.
Yeah. That. Man.
Okay, I'm making it
peppermint white mocha.
What is it? Peppermint white mocha?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a hot drink. Do you like hot drinks?
Well, I haven't found one that I particularly like yet, but that's only because coffee's gross. So
you might like this. It's like a really delicious hot cocoa.
Okay,
think of it that way.
Let's see what it is here.
Peppermint white mocha. That's what you need to get.
Peppermint white mocha. Okay.
That said, how was your blended drink?
Well, it wasn't bad. It was pepperminty.
Yeah.
It was frappy.
Frappy and peppermint.
Huh.
Anyway, the Pokemon Go. Apparently, they're adding. The rumors are adding the second gen Pokemon. They're going to announce more on the 12th.
Sure.
And then Sprint also made the announcement that they are also going to be Pokestops or gyms, and you can use their charging service. You can charge your phone for free if you're playing Pokemon Go.
Just sitting in there. That's super weird.
Yep, that's what I said.
But it gets people in. Will it keep the salespeople away from me, though?
No.
Can I use like a repel?
No, they're commissioned.
So I can't use a repel.
Well, you can do like the holy water. Try to repel them back.
Maybe. I meant like repel like in Pokemon.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Just use the holy water.
Have you ever played Pokemon, Colin? Let me tell you about a little game called Pokemon.
What is Pokemon?
What is a Pokemon? I'm sorry, that release that got sent out to Starbucks. Did you read that?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. But like to be fair, like people that don't know crap about anything, like that's the information they need to get.
No, I 100% agree. But reading it when you know exactly what they're talking about is the funniest thing in the world.
My favorite thing is like where it says, "This is what a gym is. This is what a Pokestop is."
Why are people coming to Starbucks? Why is this important? Because it's going to create more transactions. More money equals more happy managers.
More money, more problems.
That's true. You're going to have a Pokemon infestation here.
Yep.
I wonder what the response is like. I'm curious. I'm going to go to Starbucks tomorrow. I'm going to do research for the show, Colin.
Oh, I was looking at...
Get a white peppermint mocha?
Peppermint white mocha, yep.
Peppermint white mocha.
Yep.
Grande.
Sure. Go medium.
Is that
Say
the
medium.
Wait, is that the big?
No, venti is the big. That's why you
What?
just say small, medium, or large, and then they correct you every time. And we're
I
like,
know it.
no.
If then I tell them no, I'm not gonna be restricted by your lingo.
I'm like, I'm sorry, this is America. We don't speak Italian.
We only speak American here.
Yeah. Darn tootin'.
What were we
Yeah.
saying?
I don't know. What were we saying? Just
You started
just
saying
call it like
something.
it is. Small, medium, or large. That's all I'm gonna say.
Grande should mean large.
I feel like grande is like somewhere you should go for a vacation.
Grand, it means large. It means big. It's a
No,
literal translation means
I,
big.
under, I understand that, but what I'm saying,
The Grande Canyon.
what is venti like? Uh, wha-
I don't know.
I
I
don't even
don't.
understand. Where does that come from?
A
I don't
dark place, Colin. A very dark place.
probably. I don't know, man.
Is that all the news we got?
That's all the news I got. I mean, it's quite a bit. So
It's a big week for Nintendo, especially
yeah,
considering they have no games coming out. They have nothing really to talk about. They managed to create a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, they have one game coming out. That's it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a game, Colin.
Yeah.
We're going
What are
back
you
and
talking-
forth on what game we should talk about this week for the
Sure.
week of Nintendo. Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's a strong candidate.
Yes.
A lot of people are playing that game. A lot of people are enjoying that game from what I've heard.
Yes.
I have yet to get it.
I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
I know. Well,
Are you gonna wait for what's it called? Stars on the Switch?
No. I'm going to get it. It came out when we were in California, and if I don't buy a game like on release date, I forget about it because I have other games to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just kind of put it off, and I'll get it. It's just Also, I'm still kind of deciding whether I want Sun or Moon.
Yeah, that's why you go like you and Val should do splitsies so you can get the double pack.
I know. I understand what I should do, Colin. Just saying I haven't done it yet. So you've played a little bit of it, but
Yes.
I mean, not enough to really dive in and talk about why we love this game.
Yeah, so just for context, like I played probably about 10 minutes of the actual game, and I spent about 2 hours trying to catch a Pichu in the same area. So that is my take on Pokemon Sun right now.
Frustrating.
Because for me, like anytime I play these games, especially when Sun and Moon was announced, I'm like, man, I've got to get the Pokemon that I care about and I know about. And I don't want the little keychain Pokemon or the garbage pail Pokemon. I want to get Pikachu. I want to get Squirtle. I want to get Charmander. So when I found out you can get Pichu in the first area of the game, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere until I get that.
Did you ever find him?
I got one,
Okay.
finally.
All right.
So here I am.
Do you feel like you completed something here?
I feel like I beat the game.
Are you accomplished?
I feel like it.
All right. Well, since you already beat the game and you know everything about it, we're gonna save it probably for the next Nintendo episode. I feel like that's pretty fitting. A lot of people will be probably getting it for Christmas and playing it a whole bunch more then with their new 3DSs and such. So instead, we're gonna pick another 3DS game. This is a dark horse for games that we would ever talk about on this show.
I still can't believe we're talking about this.
I know, but we're gonna do it, Colin. Mario Party Star Rush for the 3DS. Raise your hand if you ever expected us to talk about a Mario Party game. That's right. Nobody's raising their hand. Also, Mario Party game on the 3DS. Whew.
Yeah, on top of that.
Right. This was also the game that when they first announced it, used stolen artwork from a soup can.
Yeah, they reused it.
So let's just talk about the history of this game.
Oh my god.
That's what led to us talking about it here tonight. I've been a moderate fan of Mario Party games over the years. They are always a fun game to play with kids. Not to play over and over again, not to really put much time into, but occasionally pull it out and play a match or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're never really good.
No.
Some of them are okay.
Yeah.
Some of them are bad.
Yeah, most
Most are just okay, though, at best.
I feel like that they haven't made a good Mario Party since Mario Party 5 on the GameCube.
Was that the one with the microphone, or was that 6?
I think 5. I think they both used it. I think 5 was the first one to introduce it.
Okay, because that thing was god-awful. It didn't work at all.
Oh, the microphone. Yeah,
the
microphone itself.
No, the game worked fine. The microphone did not.
Yeah.
Which sucked, because when you got a mini game that required the microphone, you knew everybody's just losing.
Yep.
But you're right, though. Like, it's been a while since they put out a really good game. Mario Party Star Rush for the 3DS was not on my radar as far as games I was planning on buying, especially with everything else going on. And then we were going to be heading down to California for our little vacation that we went in. And Brett texted me one day. He was like, "Hey, do you have Mario Party Star Rush?" Nope, sorry, Brett, do not. He goes, "Well, I was hoping that maybe you'd want to pick it up so that we could all play it together." Like, really, Brett? Like, that's how you want to spend time with us, is playing Mario Party Star Rush? And then he brought up the good point. He was like, it'd be a great game to play while we're standing around in lines. Thought about it. I said, well, we're definitely going to be standing in lines while we're at Disneyland and California Adventure. The lines aren't going to be particularly long, but there's definitely time when you need to occupy the downtime. And a guy could only go on Twitter or Facebook or other things on his phone so many times. I mean, this is before Mario is released on the iPhone, so that was, eliminated, because if that game was out, you know what's getting played, right?
Right.
But other than that, like, how much time can you spend on your phone throughout the day while you're standing in lines? Like, you want to be enjoying the company you're with. So I was like, okay, I'll bite the bullet and I'll pick this up. Now, he explained it, but didn't really fully explain it until I got there. But when one person has a copy of the game, you could set up a Mario Party to be played with friends. And as long as they have their 3DS out, they could join locally the game that you're playing and play 4-player co-op with only one person owning the game and running the game.
That's so cool. Like, Nintendo, like, people give Nintendo crap for not being the most powerful system.
Right.
Like, never having the most powerful system. But I feel like they make such good innovations in the tech that they have.
Right.
Like, you look at the Wii games, you look at Mario Kart 8, like, how amazing does that game look? And it does not seem like it can run... Like, because it basically is a little bit more powerful than Xbox 360. And, like, you could never see a game like that on the Xbox 360.
Right.
Like, looking that good.
Right.
So they're just amazing at just doing these really innovative ideas. Like, I don't even know how that tech works because it's not Wi-Fi. So how the heck does that work?
So everybody had to download an app on their 3DS beforehand when you're on Wi-Fi or whatever. And the app is a free download on the eShop. And it's called Mario Party Companion app or something like that. I don't even know what it's called because I didn't have to download it because I own the game. But it's a free download from the eShop. And then once it's downloaded, so I have my game open and I say create party. So I'll create it and it'll say local. And I'll click on the local. Then it has slots for 3 more. Like it'll have my name and then it has slots for 3 more people to join. And then, so, all 3 of them pulled out their 3DSs, and they opened up their apps, and they went join party, and it showed them any available parties around. They just clicked on my name, and then in my game, all of a sudden, everybody's joining. So once all 4 of us were in, we hit start. We got to pick our characters that we wanted to play with, and then got to it. And the best part about this game, as opposed to any other Mario Party game that I've played, is everybody is playing at the exact same time. So when
you don't have to wait?
No waiting. So when
so when the
dice is
awesome.
rolling, right? Everybody else dice is rolling also. And then we all stop, and then we all have that amount of space to move around the board and do our thing. Collect coins, collect team members to be assisting and whatnot. So we're all playing everything that's being played. We're all doing at the same time.
That's so awesome.
No waiting, no taking turns,
Oh my
no
gosh.
nothing.
That's so great.
Which is beautiful for 4-player local co-op, right? Because there would be nothing worse than standing there and be like, okay, whose turn is it? All right, well, when it's my turn, let me know. I'm just going to stare off in the distance for 10 minutes. So everybody's playing at the same time. So you start off by picking a character, and you have like this board that you could put on. And there's different worlds, and you unlock the worlds as you complete a world, essentially. So like one will be like a ghost house, right? So you're playing in the ghost house. Everybody starts at one specific spot. And then on the other side of the map, like it's like a top-down map looking thing, will be the first boss. And the first boss pops up, and basically as you roll dice, you get number of moves that you could make, and you have to make that specific amount of moves. So if I roll a 6, I have to move 6 spaces. I can't move 5 and stop. I have to move 6. And you can only go one square at a time, like a chessboard, but you can move in any direction, as long as you're not backtracking over a spot you were just at. And you just move around, and you collect coins as you run through the map. If there's another character on the map, like, hey, there's Daisy standing over there, I'm going to run past Daisy, and then she'll join my team. And then I'll get bonuses each turn for having a teammate, essentially.
Huh.
And then eventually what you're trying to do is make your way to the boss, and you have to land on the boss square. So there'll be times where you just have to like keep circling around the boss because you're not rolling the right number to like land on the specific spot. And then once you land on the boss spot space, you engage the boss battle, and everybody fights the boss at the same time. But if somebody was farther away on the map, like they were in a different room than you were when you activated the boss, they won't be able to join the boss battle until like they frantically push the X button to like run quickly to get into the boss battle. So you could be already just knocking out the boss while other people are frantically trying to catch up to you. And then each boss battle is different. Like when you're fighting Boo, when you're fighting Dry Bones, when you're fighting Petey Piranha, or all these different characters that you're completely familiar with. Each one has a different type of like mini game associated with defeating it, which is fantastic, and everybody's a part of it. And then the thing is, whoever gets the last victory blow on the boss gets the star.
Yeah, see, they did something similar to that in Mario Party 10 as well. And I kind of feel like hit or miss about that, because I feel like you could just sit back and do nothing the entire time, and then if you get the last hit, you win.
You can, but there's the 3 other people that you're trying to watch, but then all of the teammates that each player has, they're doing their own thing as well. So theoretically, you could be watching like 7, 8, 9 characters on the screen all doing its thing, and if you have a teammate, your teammate's going to be doing it for you anyway. And if they get the last blow, they would get it for you as well. So
I see. So they changed that a little bit then.
Yeah, so like if you have a teammate, you can't just sit back and wait till you can get the last one, because they're adding to it as well. So that it's really frantic. It's really hard to keep track of who's doing what and where, and like who's trying to get the last hit on the boss. It gets complicated, but so after you fight the first boss, there's 2 more bosses for each world. So there's 3 bosses to do. If you run into each other when you're running around the map, you'll engage in like a coin battle or a teammate battle where you can steal a teammate from somebody. So there's like mini games built in, like the standard typical Mario Party mini games that there are. Those are all built into the map world. And they're fun. Like they're really fun. They're short. They're quick. They kind of remind you of like WarioWare games, where it's just
Okay.
like you get in and like in a few seconds, like it's over. Whatever it was that you had to do. They're not long and drawn out, and like they always seem to go super fast. But like I mean, we played several different matches and never came across one that was exactly the same. So then at the end, like after you defeat all 3 bosses, you know, stars are divvied up. And then they do all the bonus stars, you know, like the loneliest player, whoever moved around the most, whoever used the most bonus items, whatever that is. And then they select the winner, and it's all, you know, the fanfare and everything that comes with Mario Party. But then you beat that world, and then you unlock a new world to go play. And you could go back and play any of the worlds you want to do. Super fun. Really, really fun, man.
That I can't believe. I still can't believe that you're saying that about a Mario Party game.
I know.
Honestly, though, man, it sounds awesome. And the fact that I can buy one copy and share it with everyone, that's really cool. That's really compelling.
I mean, this will never be a game I play by myself.
No, yeah. But like,
was
if you have...
definitely the company that I played with that made it so fun.
It's when you have a party.
Yeah, exactly. But like, so we were playing at Disneyland a whole lot, and it totally makes sense when you're in line or whatever. But like the last night that we were there at their house, we were all 4 just sitting on the couch playing this game again and being like super competitive about it too, which was the most ridiculous thing ever. But like even Val, who would claim to not be the best video game player, she was still having fun because she always felt like she had a chance.
Yeah.
You know, based on whatever dumb luck she would come across, she always felt like the mini games were easy enough to get lucky sometimes, and she always had the possibility of winning and succeeding in that game.
Yeah.
So I like it. I mean, if you have other people to play, if you have a house full of 3DSs, like buy one copy of the game and let everybody else play with you, and you'll totally have a blast with it. Like it's the best thing that they could have done was split it up this way to where you could play with 3 other people for free and have so much fun. And it's not like one mode that's locked to it. Like the entire game is accessible for local online co-op. So Mario Party Star Rush.
There you go.
Go get it, folks. You'll never hear that ringing of an endorsement for a Mario Party game ever again on this podcast. So let that set in for a while. Colin.
Yeah.
We have one game on the horizon from Nintendo.
Yeah, one that I'm aware of. Super Mario Run, but it's not going to be on your DS or your Wii U. It's actually going to be on iPhone.
Weird, because that's exactly where I wanted it to be.
Or iPad.
No, iPhone. I
yeah.
can't hold my iPad with one hand.
I can hold an iPad with my hand and eat a hamburger. So
A mini iPad?
no, a mini hamburger.
Oh, okay. White Castle?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Dude, White Castle's so good.
Have
you ever had it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yes, it is White Castle. So I had never been there before, and my brother and sister-in-law used to live out in New York, and we went, or New Jersey, and we went out there and had it like twice.
Sure.
Super good, super cheap.
Great milkshakes.
Yeah. Delicious food, but they don't have one. They don't have those over here.
Burgers are okay. Vegas is the closest one.
Vegas, interesting.
You could buy microwavable White
No,
Castles.
it's not the same.
Honestly, they taste pretty similar.
Shh.
Look, you can't get the fries in the milkshake, but
Yeah.
the burgers themselves, pretty similar,
That's
my friend.
That's what brings all the boys to the ground.
To the ground?
Isn't that how the song goes? The
Yard?
ground? Yard, there we go.
Why are you bringing boys to the ground, Colin?
I put them in the industrial district, obviously.
So true. That's the show.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but that's the show.
We did it.
We did it. Yay! It's
We survived the winter apocalypse.
Barely. Next week is our Xbox week.
Oh yeah.
Have something fun planned for that, as always. But yeah, this has been a fun week in Nintendo. Nintendo is a hot brand right now, which is exciting for many different reasons. We'll have one more Nintendo week before the Nintendo big Switch reveal. So then after that, we'll have to do something special because I feel like that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. We'll do something as only we can. Maybe we'll get the Nintendo Wire folks back on or something like that and do a full breakdown. But exciting times. It's a great time in video games, especially if you're enjoying them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Colin, where can people find you at?
They can find me on Twitter at px_geek.
Unless you're me and you tweet at Colin and then he just ignores you.
Well, yeah, when you text me, I ignore you too. So
that's also true.
That's fine. Yeah, you can add me on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. I'm at Cabooses here on there. Love to play with you if I have the time.
Sure. Winter break's coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing a whole lot of games. I hope.
Me too. Except I'm working, so it's not really the same.
What's awkward?
You can find me on Twitter at The Noise with a Y. Be sure to follow the show at Joys of Games. You can email us, joysofgames@gmail.com. The website is toysforgames.com. And if you'd like to support us in what we do, you could do so over at patreon.com/toysforgames. Colin's been real, my friends. But I'm hungry. I need to eat dinner.
Ugh. What are you eating?
Breakfast.
Oh, that's good.
Homemade pancakes, my friend.
There you go.
I came home and immediately started podcasting, so it's been a long night.
Yeah.
And snowpocalypse.
Thanks for being a trooper. A stormtrooper.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Woo! All right, podcast over.
I thought it was over a long time ago when I started talking about Tap the Mayo.
No, that was a different episode.
Anyway, play some games.
Yeah,
enjoy them.
Tap that mayo.
Tap that mayo. Good night.